Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Herve, and every other day on this channel I try to bring you crypto in the easiest way possible on the internet. You will not find it easier than this, folks, so make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't get to miss any other value-packed information like this one. Now, I've been seeing some crazy targets on the internet, folks. I've been seeing people saying that BTC is now going to 23k. Some are saying that it's going to go back to 16k, and what I ask myself is, why are they saying that? I'm in for all targets. Yeah, I don't mind, it going to zero. I don't mind, but show me why. That's my own standpoint. So I find that a lot of people just make up figures. They just say it's going here, it's going there. I think it's going here, but then why do you think? And that's what I think is actually important. It's not about it going somewhere. It's not about, saying that it's going to go here. What's important is, why do you think it's going to go there? Now, you may not expose your entire thesis or strategy online, yeah? But then it shouldn't be that you're just guessing, It's not guesswork. This has to be something that you actually use techniques that you can repeat. And a whole lot of people on the internet are just guessing. They just think that it's going to do this, and sometimes it do that. And some people will think, oh, this guy said it's going to do this and it did that, so I do everything according with his method. But what I do, there's a guy on Twitter. This video may be a bit of a rant actually, but there's a guy on Twitter, this is Capo, and he was saying BTC to 12k, and BTC did not go to 12k, yeah? So everybody now thinks he's always wrong, but that's not the case. I've seen some of his posts and I've seen his thought process, and I respect thought processes more than just nailing the target. If you nail the target off of a guess, then you may not do it the next time, which is even more crazy, because if you cannot repeat it, then this cannot actually be a source of income for you. Yeah. So yeah, my own idea is that most of the targets you find online are guesswork, and you cannot make a business, or you cannot depend on things based on guesswork. It can't be so. Now, on the 4 hourly right here, this is, yes, 4 hourly. I'd see BTC bottoming around these levels right here. We have 2.618 and the 3 fib level, and this pocket right here is where I'd think that it will bottom. Now, if you go to the weekly time frame, you'd find 1.618 right here. So that should still move price back to the upside regardless. This should be the bottoming zone right here. But if you zoom out and you're looking at it from the macro perspective, like the weekly right here, I'd be on the idea, because we have 1.618 right here, and this 1.618 is from the bottom progression. So if you plot from the bottom right here, you will get 1.618 here, 2.618, and 4 fib regions right here. So 4.618 and 4.7 fib levels up here. Now at this zone, this is like the maximum that I can see. Yes. So if you look at the 4.764, that will give you 174, which is why I'm of the idea that 170k is possible for BTC. Now, there are some caveats. Yeah, there are some caveats which I will be updating in the Telegram channel, but at least I'd want to see a bottom in this area right here. Inside of this zone, I'd want to see a bottoming effect, assuming that it has not bottomed already. Now, on the monthly time frame, which is what everybody is talking about, this on the monthly time frame is what some people are talking about. I've seen charts that look like so. They are on the idea that since we had this right here, that we are going to crash right back down to here. Look, if we do crash back down to here, there's a very good chance that we'd break it. However, I cannot suggest that we do crash back down to here, because we did take this high, this previous all-time high in 2021 here. So we are still in an uptrend, and just suggesting that we are going to crash back here off of a trend line with no confirmation at all is 100% guesswork. It's quite literally guesswork. And so you could have been bearish here. I'd understand that because you bounced off of here. And so there's a good chance that you come back to here. Yeah, there would be a good chance. But then it did not now, did it? It went straight up and took out this all-time high. And so, yeah, even if you looked at this from the ABC idea, which is actually what we saw here, this is actually ABCD. So if you look at this, it will explain why we bottomed here. This is actually what we explained a long time ago, yeah? We did explain why this bottom came in right here, but let me just show you. So A, B, C, D, E, you'd see A, that's actually more visible on the weekly time frame. So let me go there. Let's go to the weekly time frame and I will quickly explain it. So here on the weekly time frame, so you see 1, 2, 3, yeah? That's A. This is B. 1, 2, 3, A. So let's go, let me bring this. Again, this video will be kind of a rant, so it may not have a good structure. So just bear with me here. So you have ABC here, which is all part of A. This is all part of A. So if you look for A, B, C, D, E, this is all A, this is all B, this is C, this is D, and this is E. So when we look at this same structure is what we have on the daily time frame. No, on the 4-hourly time frame. It's more visible on the 4-hourly right here. And I will show you that in a minute. Now, in this ABCD progression, if you take from the bottom right here and you put at the top there, you will see 0.786 here, marking the bottom of this entire move to the downside. Now, there's another way to get it from the upside, which we will have to do a tutorial on that later. But the idea is that if you zoom into the 4-hourly, you will see the same type of thing here. So we have this, which is what I missed the other day. I was on the idea, I sent you a forecast on Telegram suggesting 63.6. I should have that on the screen. And 63.6, and it went as high as 63.8. I was still thinking that we could go as high as 65, and that's what I missed because I failed to see this A right here, and that's actually the same one that we just saw before. So you have the A, B, C here, and then you have A, B, C, D, E here now. So this is the A, B, C. C is usually violent, yeah? And then we have D. E should be here. After this, we resume a new bull. So to say that we are going to go to 23 or 16 means that you completely remove this out of the picture because we have not had any confirmation to assume that it's just going to completely collapse. Now, you can find this exact move to the downside with a lot of charts. You will find this exact move to the downside, and even USDT. Now, if you invert the chart like so, you'd see the same thing, yes? And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a tutorial on this. So we have, this would now be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be inside of this box. Now, what do we do after 5? We come back to 1. That will bring this thing back up to 66. And from there is no, it will be up for debate anyway, because we will have to do another analysis at that point. But we will have to come back up to here because this is the inverted chart. It means we will have to come back up to here. So after this zone right here, I cannot say that we go lower. Not because I'm afraid that it's going to crash and my coins are going to plummet badly as they have done already, but just that there is no analysis to suggest a further plummet. This zone should hold. Now, if it continues lower, then you are now looking at the bigger picture. But since we have not had any confirmation like that, we cannot say it's going to do that. So for now, this is all we can see. I hope this is clear. It's a crazy video, I know. It's not like super organized like other channels, I'd say, but I hope you understand exactly what I mean here. From this entire structure to the upside, yeah, and we will zoom outwards as we continue to talk about this. From this entire structure, we don't have confirmation for a bigger plummet. We don't have it because we've had this correction already, a classic correction. And we've also demonstrated here that if we go to the weekly time frame, remember that? If we go to the weekly time frame, it's this type of structure, yeah, which took price back up to here. You see what we are talking about, yeah, which took price back up to here. So if we zoom back to this zone right here, we don't have the analysis, we don't have the data yet to suggest a further plummet without a rally from this box. Now, when we do rally from this box and come back up here, when we do that, then we will reassess to see what's happening. However, when we zoom out and we look at the macro picture, like let's go to BTC USD, yes, BTC USD here. Let's zoom out and look at it from the macro perspective. Okay, so we're looking at it now from the macro, yeah, like the entire picture of BTC. You'd see that at every time that BTC reaches this all-time high right here, there is usually a retracement. It usually happens. Now, I have reasons to believe that it's actually here that we are at this point in time. I think we are actually somewhere around here. And after this drop, when we do move back to the upside, I think it will mostly be a consolidation into the ending part of this year where we start the mega rally. So you'd also find the same thing happening somewhere around here. So I think we are somewhere around here. This is where I think we are. And I sent you a chart the other day and you can see what we're talking about here. You see that we had halving here and we had a big move to the upside. Now this should be, I think this should be like the weekly chart. And this was by Plan B. I don't necessarily follow his stuff, but it does make sense sometimes. It does give me some confluences. So you do see that we had a halving here and then big rally. Halving here, big rally. Halving here and then a big rally. And we are around this zone currently, right now. So we are obviously dumping and things are not looking too well. But you cannot dismiss the facts. After this halving, we did not have any mega drop. After this one, we also did not have it. Of course, we had some dumps here and there, 10%, perhaps 15%, you know. And even here, we are currently witnessing the same type of thing. But there is no data to suggest a big drop. We simply do not have it.
You don't have it. And yet you have the audacity to ask the bank for money.
Apparently.
If we had it, I'll just come here and tell you that, hey, yeah, this is what the charts are saying. But we don't have it. So I think we are in this same type of situation right here. Let's put 100. Each time we come back to this EMA, that is not a good thing. We did it here and plummeted. You'd see that we did it here. Let's put that in red. We did it here and started a big plummet. Did it here, started a big plummet. Also did it here. No, this was the bear market. And when we did it here, it led to this big plummet. You see that if we do come back here, yeah, that will be a problem. Yeah, that will be a problem. What then is the lowest point I think we could go? What data do we have to suggest a bigger drop? Yeah, well, the data would suggest that the absolute lowest we could go from now is 45, around 45 to 44, not this 43. However, we have more compelling evidence that we will be bottoming anywhere around this zone right here, this zone that I showed you between, let's take that to the daily. Again, I know this video is some crazy video, yeah, it's like random, but please bear with me. I have to put the thoughts all together. So yeah, between this zone right here, 54 to 57, between 54 to 57, that's the absolute low I think we can go. Well, at least the data allows me to believe that we can go. You could say that we retested this yes, 100 EMA right here, and we are due for a larger correction. However, these EMAs do mislead us sometimes, so I don't really bet on them. I'd bet on Fibonacci any day before using any EMA. So yeah, that's my idea for this particular thing right here. I think this is the zone. Yeah, I think this is the zone. Earlier I bought some Optimism's OP coin. Yeah, my idea for buying it is because I'm invested in Arbitrum a lot, actually. Arbitrum makes up the largest part of my altcoin portfolio aside from Ethereum, and so I bought some of it. Now, Optimism is a very big competitor to Arbitrum, and it actually has more adoption. Well, by adoption, I'm talking about institutional interest. With the likes of Coinbase, you know, they used Optimism's OP stack to build base, or say the base layer 2, and we have other networks that used Optimism as well. So I'm just putting in something there. It's like a quarter of my Arbitrum holdings that I put in Optimism, percentage wise, yeah. And of course, we have to admit crypto is risky. Yeah, at any time, at any day, it could all go to zero. And this, even I have to remind myself of this fact every day, because sometimes I do have some money that I keep on the side and that I never invest in crypto, which I got from the previous bull market, that I never invest. Not because I'm afraid or anything like that, just because, well, you know, for security purposes, what if it all goes to zero and I only invest in crypto? Yeah, I don't have any other, well, I do have some land property, but you know, I want to have some cash that if it all goes to zero and you know, what else will I do? That's why I keep some cash, and I have temptations all the times to invest that capital. But no, I have to remind myself every day that this thing is risky. It could all go to zero at some point. You know, now the German government is actively selling their BTC. The US government is sending their BTC to Coinbase, and that's mostly to sell. Miners are also selling because they are capitulating right now. And so, yeah, what to do then? We just have to understand that this thing is risky, and at any moment it could become a very you know, big issue. Now, when we look at the stochastic, yes, I think it's the stochastic RSI. Now the stochastic here on the daily does not look so well now, does it? It looks like it's going to crash. However, if you look on the daily RSI, we are having a bullish divergence right there. Now, I got to apologize that I did not make my divergences video, but that will be in the next video. But basically, we put in a low right here, and we are currently experiencing another low, which is higher than this low right here. But if you look at price is actually lower than here. So you see that this low on price is lower than this one, yes? So that's why I have this zone right here. This is actually the lowest. It could just reverse from here, but ideally it should come into the 57k area. Ideally, not that it must, but ideally, according to the analysis, it should come into this zone right here. I know it's a difficult period in the markets, folks. I know, and I've been here several times. If you look back here, we've seen this. For some of you who were here, even in the 2021 bull market, we've seen all of these things. Yeah, we've seen this. Let's just look here, and it's important to remind ourselves that we are in a volatile market. Look, this is an 18% dump. What do you think people were thinking here? You think they were happy? Well, you wish that you would have bought even here at the top. But if you bought, well, it would drop by about, if you bought at the exact top right here, it would drop by about 21%. Yeah? 21%. And that also took time, and time is a factor. It's a big problem in these markets because it does frustrate a lot of people just sitting and waiting. Here, it moved back to the upside. You'd think that, oh, this is finally it, and then it crashed. It crashed by what? By 18%. And so you had to sit through it for 19 days. And even after that, it continued to consolidate until here. And that's 65 days. That's 2 months and 5 days of just waiting for break even. And when it finally came back up here, some people sold just for it to rip up, like rip up completely, you know? So I'm just saying this, and it's more like a pep talk, but this is just a reminder that it happens all the times. It happens. And until you realize that you just have to get used to it, you know, you'll never come out of this, regrets stuff. So, yeah, that's basically it. I know the video is really not organized. I tried to put it in an organized way, but yeah, I just had to get the thoughts out there. Anyway, I know I'm just like ranting here, but I don't have the analysis to suggest a bigger crash. I don't have it. I think we are in this type of situation like so. I think we are in this type of situation like so. This type of situation. I think we are here. And after this, we will most likely go back up and consolidate. But then by the ending part of this year into next year, and I say this knowing fully well that I cannot predict time. However, I think we are in this type of zone right here, which will, push out anybody that is not worthy of this bull market. And after this, we will have the final laugh. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.